as more and more details pour in about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's upcoming wedding, including Flavor Flav wanting to officiate it. The real question is, how did Blake Lively react? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and we have some surprising updates for you. Hilarious quotes from sources close to Blake revealing her reactions, as well as Taylor's latest snub, which is pretty epic. But before we get there, let's update you on this big wedding of the century as more details have come forward. They're planned for a private and casual wedding ceremony. Now, every outlet's out there predicting who's going to be in the bridal party. Selena, the Haim sisters, Blake Lively. A lot of questions are coming in and a lot more details. It will be more casual than people think, a source said about the engagement news. They both obviously sent everyone to frenzy when they announced that your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. But the rumor is they're not going to do some big royal wedding. Now, the wedding engagement ring was worth up to $1 million. A lot of people are saying, jewelry experts, which would make sense. You got to give someone like Taylor, who's a billionaire, something pretty snazzy. I mean, look at her watch. Yikes. And wow, I couldn't afford that. They were about to go out to dinner, and he said, let's go out and have a glass of wine. They got out there, and that's when he asked her. It was beautiful. This came in from Travis's dad, who dished a little bit more on the proposal itself. So there it is. It's official now. They've asked the question. And so, yeah, they talk a little bit more. If there was a quote that's not there, but yeah, it's not going to be a royal wedding. They want something more casual, more down to earth. That is their plan. But that hasn't stopped everybody from chiming in, including Flavor Flav, who is volunteering to officiate the wedding. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. That would be pretty funny. But they also made their first appearance since the engagement. She's already wearing white. They showed up to a football game, a college football game. I guess Travis's old Nebraska Cornhuskers game. He played for the Bearcats. I'm not a football guy. I don't know. But he played with the Bearcats for college. Sorry, it was in the University of Cincinnati. And so she's there, shown up with her brother and with his brother, rather. And good to see her, showing up at his things. Not every partner wants to go do the other thing that they're not into. But I actually applaud her for, trying to get into football. That's clearly, you have to get into football if you want to be with Travis Kelce. We also have footage of her showing up at the game. Everybody wishing her congratulations. Look, I'm happy for the couple. I am happy for the couple. Good for them. You know who's not happy for the couple, it seems? Blake Lively. Let's get into the latest scoops on what's happening regarding Blake. The biggest sign, Taylor's friendship is over. I mean, this is obvious. I don't know why it's taken Taylor Swift fans to get to this so long, that Taylor clearly is not friends with Blake anymore. And that should say everything. To anybody who's still defending Blake Lively out there, how can you justify all these snubs? Explain it to me. Because Taylor should be defending Blake. And that's what Blake thinks too. But Taylor's not. She's doing everything but supporting Blake. And now she's snubbing her left, right. It should be noted, and I missed this when we reported on the engagement. Taylor waited till the day after Blake Lively's birthday. Can you imagine if it had happened and she had announced it on Blake Lively's birthday? Oh my gosh. Taylor, I do think, was wise and made sure, someone on Taylor's team made sure that it wasn't that, because it would have created so much news about she snubbed it on her birthday. But as Blake was celebrating her birthday, she celebrated... do I have that one? Yeah, here it is. It was quiet time with the family as on her 38th birthday amid the legal battle. From exclusive sources at People, she's been having a great summer with Ryan and her 4 kids. She's focusing on her family, and it's been mostly about family time, having a great summer. So it sounds like not a lot of stress and trauma like she keeps claiming in this legal doc. Lively's birthday comes after she's just announced in a new film, which, what are they thinking? The survivalist and action rom-com. I'm going to take a bet that film's not going to do well. Just going to take a bet. I would not have betted on Blake Lively as my leading lady for an action rom-com, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. But again, she's still getting work. She's celebrating at home. She's living her best life. Apparently all this smear campaign and retaliation hasn't really affected her, it seems. But anyway, she's been in there chilling, having her birthday plans. She's grateful for Ryan's support over the past year. She's been unwinding, blah, 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 with love and gratitude by many who stood by me. she's just doing the same. So, but what is she really thinking? Let's get to some of these, I think, pretty solid rumors. Now, the biggest snub of recent is the report coming in that Taylor has officially removed her from the guest list of her upcoming birthday party. So this is where and Taylor Swift was not welcome to Blake Lively's party, is how Blake's trying to I misread this. I got to be honest. I thought this was Taylor removing Blake from her birthday, but wait, we're supposed to believe that Blake removed Taylor from her birthday party list? What? On what planet would Blake Lively have done that if Taylor had wanted to be there? When someone doesn't want to come to your birthday party, that doesn't mean you removed them from the list. It means you're saving embarrassment and now you're trying to blame them. Taylor's not invited. Oh my God, I read this wrong. So I guess this wasn't proof that Taylor's snubbing. It's proof that Blake is now turned against Taylor. So Taylor fans should be even more mad. Oh my gosh, I read that quickly because I have a lot of links up here and I thought it was the audacity of Blake Lively to say, I've removed Taylor from my invite list. Sorry. Hold it together. Be a journalist, Andy. Taylor has not been invited. A source close to the actor told the outlet. They were once inseparable, but after everything that's gone down, Blake wouldn't take her back now. Okay, sorry. For the unversed, Taylor Swift issued a subpoena for her trial, and then she obviously got mad about that because she has nothing to do with this. I firmly believe that. However, Swift has kept her head down, and Lively saw that as self-protection, but also as a betrayal. The report also mentioned that the actor is avoiding all distractions to focus on the important legal trial next year. She has Ryan, her kids, and the truth on her side. The individual added, she's not wasting time chasing people who weren't there when it mattered. Talking about Swift and Lively's hopeful reunion, another insider noted, that ship has sailed. Blake's closed the door and locked it. Oh my God. I almost don't believe this. I mean, I can from a public standpoint. She wants to put this out there and be all defensive. But this idea she has any choice in the matter, it's just very funny to me. I think it's pretty clear Taylor's the one who shut the door and locked it and then put a bolt, locked it 10 times, maybe put a little alarm system on it, the whole 9 yards. I think it's Taylor's doing, not Blake's. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Lively also didn't congratulate Swift on her engagement. Blake didn't reach out the following engagement announcement and isn't going to. The outlet mentioned how the actor doesn't talk about Taylor at all and isn't thinking about their crippled friendship. Sorry, this is hard to read with a straight face. I'm sure she's not thinking about all the Taylor stuff that's now out of her life, how that's going to affect her kids, Taylor's her godmother, and I'm sure her kids worship Taylor Swift. Why isn't Auntie Taylor coming? I'm sure none of that's affecting Blake at all. Yeah, sure. The actor doesn't talk about Taylor at all. This is something that we would have talked about in the past, like what's going to happen if she was going to be in the wedding. What would that look like? All of that. But now it's just silence. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. You see how she's trying to spin this? It is Blake who removed her. My God. Blake Lively is accepting her friendship with Taylor. It's over after this shocking snub. Yeah. When Taylor announced her engagement, the internet erupted with joy. Even Charlie Kloss, who's had interesting relationship with Taylor, it put a public olive branch out with a quiet like. Lively, who was once glued, didn't react at all. Not a message, not a post, nothing. An insider at Daily Mail told she has no interest in reaching out. Blake didn't reach out following the engagement and isn't going to. This isn't the time, the source bluntly stated. Let's go to that report because this is where a few more of those came out. Lively has finally accepted the relationship is over, at least for a while. So which source is right? Blake told us, a source told us back in June that Swift had been ghosting Lively's repeated attempts to reach out and even begging to mend what they once had. Now, Lively has given up trying. This, I believe more, yes. And now Blake's sources are out there. Yeah, we're done. We've locked the door. What would be the point in reaching out now? It really makes no sense. Lively has bigger fish to fry. Brutally, the actress apparently now doesn't talk about Taylor at all and doesn't find it helpful to think about what could have been. This is something we would have talked about in the past. It's not like it's the same quote. Like if she was going to the wedding, all that, but now it's just silence. There's no will she or won't she about Blake being in the wedding because she just won't. She knows that, and I don't think she particularly wants to talk about that. Yeah, facts. So this idea that she's putting out there on these sites that she's removing her and she's fine with it. Are you buying this stuff? It hasn't been lost in Lively that her 30th birthday fell on Monday, the day before the big announcement. But that wasn't a concern for Lively, who certainly isn't sitting home obsessing about Taylor getting engaged because she's got her own life to focus on. My God. And notice Reynolds, Blake, nobody said anything. So if Taylor Swift fans were still wondering, oh, whose side should I be on? Clearly, Taylor is not happy with Blake. And that's a huge thing because Taylor is a massively big feminist, icon, supporter of victims, and she has absolutely stood her ground to not support this woman who absolutely used her. Blake used Taylor like crazy. It's shocking to me how many more people are still trying to side with Blake in this and not Taylor. Taylor is right. Taylor also is friends with Sabrina Carpenter, who worked with Justin Baldoni. Sabrina still follows Justin. You're telling me Sabrina and Taylor not supporting Blake doesn't tell you everything? Because it should. Why did Travis Kelce unfollow Ryan Reynolds? What do you think? Am I crazy? Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash that like button as well. We're going to be uncensored. I think we're uncensored right now, or we're going to be in a little bit. So make sure you become a member either here on YouTube or at PopcornedPlanet.com is the best way to join. We'll be posting a link to our uncensored. Join us. We try to be every Friday to do Popcorn Uncensored. I got a lot to talk about uncensored. You're not going to miss it. Check out the link. I'll put in the pinned comment down below.